Let's be honest. There are days when even the thought of exercise feels exhausting. You don't feel motivated. You don't feel strong. And if we're being real, you don't even feel like you belong in a fitness conversation anymore. You've watched your body slow down. You've lost energy. And deep down, you wonder, if I can't exercise like other people does, that mean I'm doomed to lose all my muscle? This is the quiet fear so many older adults carry. But here's the truth. You're not broken. You're not lazy. And you're definitely not out of options. You are simply in a different season of life. And that season requires a different strategy. Because keeping your muscles strong does not have to start with motivation. It starts with something much smaller, something more doable, something you can begin even on the days you don't feel ready. In this video, I'm going to show you how to keep your muscles strong, reduce muscle loss, and stay independent even if you don't feel like exercising. We'll look at proven alternatives, gentle movements, and new definitions of strength that have nothing to do with dumbbells or sweat. So if you've ever thought, I don't think I'm fit enough to do this, I want you to stay right here. Because by the end of this video, you'll see you don't need to feel strong to start. You just need to start to feel strong. Comment below, have you ever felt like exercise isn't for you anymore? If so, type yes. If not, type still hanging in. Let's begin. Number 1, what happens if you do nothing? Let's talk about the path no one wants to take. The one where you do nothing. No movement, no effort, just surviving but not living. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. If you stop using your muscles, your body will stop keeping them. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're broken. It's because your body is efficient, brutally efficient. If it senses that you're no longer moving, climbing stairs, standing often, or engaging your legs and core, it starts shutting those systems down, silently, one muscle fiber at a time. According to the National Institutes of Health, adults over 60 who are completely inactive can lose up to 3 to 5% of their muscle mass each year. That's not weight. That's not fat. That's strength gone. Gone from your thighs. Gone from your arms. Gone from the muscles that help you get out of bed. Stand up from a chair. Hold your balance in the shower. And once it's gone, daily life becomes harder, until it feels impossible. You don't notice it all at once. It's the slow erosion like a leak under the floor. One day you need both hands to push up from the couch. A week later, you stop using the stairs. Then you stop going out. Then you stop trying. And here's the heartbreaking part. Doing nothing doesn't just steal your strength, it steals your independence. According to Women's Health, Gov, lack of physical activity is directly linked to increased risk of falls, decline in mobility, loss of ability to perform daily tasks like dressing, bathing, and cooking. This is not about looking fit. It's about keeping the life you've built on your terms. So no, you don't need to exercise in the traditional sense, but you do need to move gently and consistently. Because when you stop moving, your world gets smaller. Comment below. Have you ever noticed yourself avoiding stairs, long walks, or standing too long? Type yes if this has started happening. Type still mobile if you're still going strong, and let's keep it that way. Number 2, can you maintain muscle without traditional exercise? Let me give you a powerful truth. You don't need a gym, a treadmill, or a perfect fitness plan to keep your muscles strong. In fact, if you think exercise only means sweating, lifting heavy weights, or doing long cardio routines, then you've been misled. Because when it comes to sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, what your muscles really need is activation, not exhaustion. They don't need punishment. They need permission to move, to wake up, to stay alive. According to the 2825 Federal Guide from Women's Health, Gov, even light, consistent activity like standing, reaching, stretching, or lifting light household items can be enough to stimulate and maintain muscle tissue, especially for those who feel weak, tired, or unmotivated. Let that sink in. You don't need motivation to move. You don't need to feel fit to take action. You just need to understand that movement is a message to your body. We still need this muscle. Keep it working. So yes, you can absolutely maintain muscle without traditional exercise, but you cannot maintain muscle by doing nothing. Your daily life is full of hidden opportunities to activate strength. Standing up from the couch without using your hands. Reaching up to a cabinet and holding for 5 seconds. Doing a few heel raises while brushing your teeth. Lifting a grocery bag and holding it for 10 seconds. None of that is exercise in the gym sense, but every one of those movements protects your strength. So instead of thinking, I can't work out, start thinking, where can I move today with purpose? Because your muscles don't care what it looks like. They only care that you showed up. Comment below. What's one everyday movement you can do more intentionally this week? Maybe it's standing up more slowly. Maybe it's reaching with both arms every morning. Whatever it is, start there. Because your comeback doesn't begin in a gym, it begins in your own home. Number 3, build strength gently, with chair-based and bed-based moves. Let's face it, when your body feels stiff, tired, or fragile, the last thing you want is to be told to exercise more. So I won't tell you that. Instead, I'm going to show you how to build strength gently right from where you are. No gym, no mats, no need to get down on the floor, just a chair or your bed. Because the truth is, muscle doesn't care where you move. It only cares that you move. According to the 2025 guidelines from Women's Health, Gov, chair-based and bed-based movements are clinically proven to preserve muscle, improve balance, and reduce the risk of falls, especially in older adults with low energy or chronic conditions. Here are 3 simple moves you can start with even on your hardest days. 1. Seated marching leg activation. Sit tall in a sturdy chair. Lift one knee at a time as if marching. Do it slowly, weighs 10 times each side. This wakes up your hip flexors, thighs, and core without any strain. 2. Bed leg extensions. Quadriceps plus core. Lie flat in bed. Keep one leg straight and gently lift it 6 to 12 inches off the surface. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds, then lower. Do 5-8 reps per leg. This strengthens the muscles that help you stand, walk, and prevent falls. 3. Overhead arm reach posture, push shoulder mobility. Sit up straight in a chair. Reach both arms above your head as if trying to touch the ceiling. Hold for 5 seconds, then lower. Repeat 10 times. This opens the chest, strengthens the shoulders, and improves breathing posture. None of these require sweating. None of them require perfect form, but done consistently, they do something powerful. They remind your body that it's still in the game. And that reminder, repeated daily, becomes strength. So if you've been feeling like I'm too weak to start, let me tell you, these movements are designed for you. Not to overwhelm, but to rebuild, one gentle rep at a time. Comment below which of these 3 moves feels easiest to start today. Let's take that first step from chair to strength. Number 4, motivation follows movement, not the other way around. Let's get real for a minute. If you're waiting for motivation to strike, you might be waiting forever. Because motivation doesn't come first, movement comes first. And movement, even the smallest kind, is what creates momentum. This is the biggest myth I see holding people back after 60. Once I feel ready, I'll start. But the truth is, you won't feel ready. You'll feel tired. You'll feel unsure. You'll feel like maybe it's not worth the effort. But your body doesn't need you to feel inspired. It just needs you to begin. And once you begin, something shifts. Your breathing gets deeper. Your blood starts moving. Your mind gets sharper. And your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and endorphins, the exact signals that make you feel more alive, more capable, more interested. In other words, motivation doesn't lead to action. Action creates motivation. This is backed by neuroscience and proven in older adults who regain mobility, not by waiting to feel strong, but by moving anyway. So what does this mean for you? It means you don't need to wait for a good day. You don't need to feel enthusiastic. You don't need to convince yourself. You just need to show up. Stand up once, stretch your arms once, lift your legs from your chair once. That's the spark. From there, you build. From there, motivation will come find you. Comment below. Have you been waiting to feel ready before you start moving? Type yes, I've been waiting, or no, I'm already moving, and let's meet each other right where we are. Because motion is medicine, even when you don't feel like it. Number 5, track tiny wins and build momentum. Let's talk about one of the most overlooked secrets to rebuilding strength after 60. You must track your tiny wins, because if you don't see your progress, you'll assume you're not making any, and that's the trap that causes people to quit. Here's what most older adults expect: big changes, fast results, more energy, stronger legs, better balance in a week or two. But here's the reality: progress doesn't show up as a miracle. It shows up as a whisper. One more sit to stand than last week. 2 extra steps before needing a rest. 5 fewer seconds to get out of bed. Slightly less effort to bend down and tie your shoes. If you don't write those wins down, your brain will forget them. And when your brain forgets, your motivation disappears. But when you track even the smallest progress, you create a feedback loop of belief: I'm not stuck. I'm moving forward. According to the National Council on Aging, seniors who record their physical activity at least 3 times a week are twice as likely to stay consistent with a routine over 6 months. Why? Because progress, when seen, becomes fuel. So how do you track tiny wins? You don't need an app. You don't need charts or spreadsheets. You just need a notebook or a sticky note on the fridge. Write down: today I did 6 sit-to-stands instead of 5. I stood up without using my hands. I marched in place during a TV commercial. I stretched for 3 minutes before bed. Then do one more tomorrow and one more the next day. That's momentum, and momentum is stronger than motivation. Comment below. What's one small win you've noticed this week, even if no one else saw it? Let's celebrate it together. Because healing doesn't come from leaps. It comes from steps, tiny, repeated, intentional steps. And every step you take brings you closer to strength. Number 6, when to ask for help and why it's not weakness. Let me say something that not enough people hear after 60. Asking for help is not a weakness. It's wisdom. It's strength. It's survival. Some of the strongest people I've met weren't the ones lifting heavy weights. They were the ones brave enough to say, I can't do this alone, but I still want to try. And that honesty, it's the first step toward healing, because there are days when getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain. There are moments when fear, fatigue, or pain make even the smallest movement feel impossible. And if you're there right now, I want you to know you are not failing. You are not broken. You are simply at a point where you deserve support. According to womenshealth.gov, involving a spouse, family member, caregiver, or even a physical therapist can dramatically increase your ability to stay active. Avoid injuries. Regain confidence in daily movements. Support doesn't mean someone else does it for you. Support means someone reminds you of your strength when you forget it yourself. It could be as simple as asking your spouse to stretch with you before bed, scheduling one home visit with a physical therapist, asking your adult child to walk with you twice a week, joining an online support group for seniors working on mobility. You don't need cheerleaders. You need partners in progress, because the road is hard enough. You don't need to walk it alone. Comment below. Have you ever hesitated to ask for help even when you needed it? Type yes if that sounds like you, or I've started asking if you're learning to reach out. Let's end the shame, because needing support is what makes us human, and accepting support is what helps us heal. Number 7, the real goal isn't fitness, it's freedom. Let's end with something most fitness videos never say. This isn't about being fit, it's about being free. You're not trying to build a six-pack. You're not training for a marathon. You're not here to impress anyone. You're here because you want to stay in your own home, because you want to keep walking to your mailbox, because you want to get out of bed without help. And that's not about vanity. That's about dignity. Because when you lose muscle, you don't just lose strength, you lose movement, you lose confidence, you lose the little pieces of life that make you feel human, like reaching the top shelf, climbing 3 steps, carrying your own groceries, opening a heavy door, getting dressed in the morning without feeling afraid to fall. These are not luxuries. They are rights. And your muscles, they protect those rights. So no, you don't need to be an exercise person. You just need to be someone who refuses to give up on themselves. Someone who says, I may be older, I may be slower, but I still want to live on my terms. That's why we move. That's why we stretch. That's why we fight for strength, not to chase youth, but to protect independence. Comment below, what's the one freedom you're trying to keep walking, dressing, bathing, cooking? Let's name it. Let's fight for it. Because in the end, this isn't a fitness journey. This is a freedom journey. And I'll be right here, walking it with you. If you've made it to this point, you've done something powerful. You didn't give up. You didn't turn away. You chose to face the hard truth with hope. That's what real strength looks like. Not muscles, not motivation, but that quiet decision to say, even if I feel weak today, I still want to move forward. And that decision made again tomorrow. And the next day is how freedom is rebuilt. No matter your age, no matter how long it's been, your body is still listening, and it still responds to effort, to kindness, to consistency. But maybe you're still wondering, what about supplements? What about medications? Can anything actually cure sarcopenia? It's a good question, and you deserve a clear, honest answer. That's why in our next video, I'll walk you through exactly what the science says, which supplements are helpful and which are a waste, whether medications really work or just manage symptoms, and the one ingredient most people overlook that no pill can replace. So if you've ever asked, is there something I can take to fix this? You'll want to see this. Comment below. What's one truth from today's video that surprised or encouraged you? Share it. Reflect on it, because what you say might help someone else keep going. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're not just building strength here, we're building courage together.